Alrighty, let's see this real application challenge in patterns, sequences, series. Right, so sometimes to solve these things requires that you read the question first, because as you can see, it's busy. Right, it's a busy picture and it's a lot of text, a lot of words there. So if I know that in the first one they say determine the area of the first triangle, and it's 1 mark, at times I can even preempt, work in advance and say, okay, in the first one they want me to work out the area of the first triangle, and I know that in a triangle I'm talking about what? Half base times height, isn't it? Then when I go to the text, to the background, I am going there with intention. I am going to look for specific information. So I'm looking for my B and my H. So let's see, what do they say? They say the figure below represents a pattern of shaded triangles. So all these triangles represent a pattern. What are they talking about? Not a design pattern. They're talking about a mathematical pattern, isn't it? They are placed on a white triangular board. So this rectangular shape here is a board, and on top of them, of that board, it's rectangle. What is it? Triangles. They all have equal bases of 4 units in length. So it means now I have information. Each of these have the same base, measure. So it means I now know that I have a 4 for any of the triangles. So I'm left with what? With H now. They say the height of the first triangle is 1 unit. Right, so there I don't have to stress. So it means I know that I now have half by 4 by 1, which will be what? Which will be 2 units squared. Then I'm done. 1 mark. Okay. You see how you help yourself. Don't put everything in your brain. Let's see 3.2. Now they say the area of the 26th triangle. Right, so here it means now I must have the same height, but I must have the same base, but the height will be different because the triangles get higher and higher. So let's see, what do they say about that. So the first height of the height of the first triangle is 1 unit. So it's this one. So it's 1 unit there. Then each triangle's height thereafter is 1 unit more than the previous one. No rocket science. If this one was 1, this one is 1 unit more. It means this is 2. This one is 1 unit more than the previous one. So it will be 2 plus 1. It will be 3. 4 plus 1 is 4. So it's not a a change that is difficult to comprehend, isn't it? So each triangle's height is basically the same as the what? As the position of that triangle. So triangle 4 is has 4 units high, so triangle 26 will have 26 units. So now, same thing. It means now I'm going to have a half times 4, which is 2. Then I'll have 52, isn't it? Times 26. So I'll have 52 units square. Easy peasy. Then they challenge us now in 3.3. They say triangles are placed on a rectangular board with a length of 104 units as shown above. Determine the area of the unshaded part of the white rectangular board, that is, the area of the part not covered by the shaded triangles. 5 marks. Right, and then you see that and you say, what? What are they asking me? This is not me. This is not mathematics. Me, I am not powerful like that. I don't know what they are wanting here. Right, let's see what do they say. They say the triangles are placed on a rectangular board. So let's say we have a rectangular board. There it is. Then I place triangles on top of this board. So this one is 1. This one is 2. Right, it's not on scale, isn't it? This one is 3. This one is 4. So what is happening now? Each part of these triangles is making the board to be darker, isn't it? So the board will be darker, something like this. Okay. Right, so all these places will be taken by the triangle, so it will be dark. So the dark spaces will be this area, that area, that area, that area, all the way up to area 26. Okay, and then all they did is to do what? Is to confuse you with a number of things. Firstly, they are asking you about this part. Okay, what is the area of that part? But they've given you information about this part, so it becomes puzzling. How do I know this? Because now I've got nothing stated about the white part here in the background. So it's part of problem solving, logical reasoning, deductive reasoning. Now, if I know that this height is, what is it? This one is 2 units. 2 units, and then this one will be what? It will be half of 4 times 2, isn't it? So it will be 4 units. This one will be 6, and so forth and so forth. This one will be 52. So what is it that I need to know? I am going to have to know the areas of all of these and then add them. Then if I've added all these areas, I will say, okay, what about this box here? What is my B for this box, this rectangular board? What will be my L? Then if I have my area, so if I have the area of my board, area of board will be width or breadth times length. This is my board, isn't it? Then from that area I can subtract the area of the triangles. Okay, so what is the area of my board? My board will be what? Okay, I need to remember that the height of my triangles can be helpful. So if I have this last triangle going exactly there on top, touching the side, it means this height there is 26 units. Alrighty. Then what else do I know? They tell me that I have placed the triangles there in the first sentence there. They say I've placed the triangles on a board that is 104. Look at that. I'm writing L again. Right, so it is okay, I wanted to write 104. Okay, so my length is 104 and my breadth is 26, and this is the area of a rectangle. Here it was the area of a triangle. So I have my 26. Okay, I'm going to do like this so that it doesn't become clumsy. 26 times 104. Then what do I get there? Okay, right, I've got 6 104s, which is what? Which is 624 and a 20. All right, 2604. Let's see what the calculator says. 26 times 104, 2704. Okay, right, so 2704 units squared. Okay, so it means this entire board without the whole board, the whole white board, okay, it is 2704 units squared. The entire space is white. Now I must look for the area of all triangles. Yeah, right, this one was quite a challenge, isn't it? Okay, now if I'm looking for the area of all the triangles, I must add this 2, 4, 6 all the way up to the 26th one. So I am simply gonna do what now? I am going to say I have a right, so this one is going to be my sum. Okay, the sum of my triangles, isn't it? Okay, so it will be the sum of this one, and what do I have there? I have a 2, 4, 6, it will be 8 all the way. So it means here I have my A, and then my D is a positive 2. So it means I'm going to have A n over 2. I can also use this as my last in the other shortened formula. Okay, right, let's use n over 2, which is what? Which is 26 over 2. Then what else? You need to make sure that your toolkit is with you, your info tool. Right, this info tool must always be with you. Okay, right, so in your exam, your test, they should give it to you. So it will be n over 2. Then it is the same formula that we know, and the only thing is that it has 2 A's. Okay, right, then everything now becomes routine, isn't it? Okay, So for my A, I am going to put a 2. Right, so I'm going to put a 2 there. Then I'm going to put a 26 there. And I'm going to put a 2 as well. Oh, yes. Right, so it means my A and my D share the same quantity, value. Right, so now when I go to my calculator, I'm going to make things easy. I'm going to say 13 multiplied by 4 plus 25 24 plus 25 times 2. Okay, plus 25 times 2, which is 50, isn't it? Okay, right. So there it is. So what have I done? There, 26, I've divided by 2, it gives me a 13. Then the 2 by 2 is a 4. Then the 26 minus 1 gives me a 5. And then the 2. Okay. Then what do I have? 702. Okay. So this one is 702. So I'm going to write it here because I want to use this space here for the actual area of the unshaded. So here I have 702 units squared. Now it means area unshaded area. Unshaded area will be what? Would be the difference there, which will be 2,002. So I'll say 2704 minus 702. Then I have 2002 units squared. Okay. Then you have your 8 marks. Rocket science? No. Easy peasy? Yes. Right, so all these questions, guys, what they require is that you must be able to decode the language. Too much English there, you just put it in simple mathematical symbolism, then you take it as you go. You must just remember, whether this is sequences or optimization or whatever, your mind must channel your thinking. Which topic is this question from? If I know that this topic is from sequences and series, I must know that along the process, I am going to deal with all the symbols of that topic. I know I must deal with an A, I must deal with a D, I must deal with an R, an N, I must deal with an SN, sum to infinity, all those things. So your mind must play around these things. You must not compartmentalize yourself. You must not box your thinking and say, I didn't do this in class, therefore I can't do this. You can't get a formula for each and everything. Okay, it's not about how it's done, what needs to be done to solve a challenge. Okay, so don't undermine your thinking ability and don't overrate the challenge that is given. Okay, just take it step by step. All right, you saw how I got started with just going back to my basic grade 8, my formula of my triangles. Then I started to put information. Then I used the further sentences to make sense of this one. Then this one, I took it slope by slope. Each sentence is given. Okay. In 3.3, when they start to make the statement, what do they say? They say the triangles are placed on a rectangular board. So the first thing that goes there is that what is a rectangle? Then I started to draw. Okay, a rectangle is this type of shape. Then they say with length of 104 units. Okay, 104 units. Then now I must make up my mind about whatever is missing. Okay, right. I'm not gonna belabor the point beyond this, and I hope this helps you to have the confidence. Okay, if you need more, you'll have all the details. Right, all the best with your test, whatever, your exam. Let's keep in touch.